Liyon Pereira was never supposed to end up with lizards. His dream was to think like engineers and move like nature. He wanted to design the kind of tech people whispered about in late-night lab sessions, the kind that could climb walls, live between glass towers, and make gravity look optional. But life had other plans. One poorly worded internship from the professor with the questionable sense of department codes landed him in BioFest, the world's largest biological research and innovation company, in the animal biology division. Not robotics, not mechanical design, nope, lizards. His first week in Gecko Town felt like a cosmic joke. The lab smelled of disinfectant and fruit flies. Everywhere he looked, little eyes blinked at him through glass. Hundreds of geckos clinging upside down like smug little acrobats. By Friday, Liyon had learned 3 things. Geckos poop constantly. They vanish faster than your phone battery at 1%. And nobody in the lab thought he was funny. Especially Dr. Helena Stroud, his supervisor, a genius genetics with the patience of a scalpel and the warmth of liquid nitrogen. "You're here to assist, not improvise," she said, sliding a tray of vials labeled Regenerative Formula B17 toward him. Liyon saluted half-heartedly. "Copy that, boss." No improvising, just scientifically optimized enthusiasm. Helena sighed without looking up. "Please don't talk to the geckos again." Every weekend, Liyon met his university friends at Cafe Sprocket, where the air buzzed with caffeine and half-finished dreams. They were all fresh hires. Engineers working on drone fleets, cyber prosthetics, fusion engines. Then there was him, the gecko guy. "So let me get this straight," Nisha said, stirring her latte. "You made tape out of lizard spit." "Not spit, seta," he said proudly. "Microscopic hairs on their toes? It's basically next-level climbing tech." Arau laughed. "Climbing tech? Dude, you're babysitting sticky frogs." "They're not frogs," Liyon argued. "They're nature's elite climbers. If evolution had sports league, geckos would own the whole climbing division." The table erupted in laughter, and Liyon laughed with them. Being the joke was fine. He kind of liked it. A few days later, while sorting specimens for adhesion testing, he noticed something strange. One of the geckos had a faint, electric blue stripe down their backs, like liquid metal froze mid-motion. It wasn't in the system. No tag, no ID, just shimmering scales under the lab lights. "Where'd you come from, buddy?" Liyon whispered, peering into the glass. The barcode scanner blinked. "Unidentified specimen." He smirked. "Guess you're one of a kind." He planned to tell Dr. Stroud after lunch, but the storm hit first. The screens across the lab flashed red with weather alerts. Category 4 system forming over the coast. All personnel secure equipment and evacuate. The place dissolved into chaos. Scientists rushed to log samples, seal drives, power down containment fields, and wind screamed against the walls. By the time Liyon reached the door, thunder cracked so hard the floor shook. turned back once, staring at the blue-striped gecko perched calmly in its tank. "Hang tight, little guy. I'll get you home tomorrow." Lightning struck the building's main power line. A tree tore through the side wall, shattering glass and metal. The gecko's container flew off the counter and crashed. It landed right in a glowing puddle of Regenerative Formula B17. Another lightning bolt hit. A surge of blue light exploded through the lab, wrapping the tiny creature in arcs of electric fire. When morning came, half of the BioFest compound was gone. Twisted steel, flooded corridors, broken glass, and something alive, massive and breathing in the rubble. The first technician who saw it ran screaming that a giant lizard had tried to eat him. No one believed it until they heard the roar. Dr. Stroud arrived with a tranquilizer rifle slung over her shoulder, her expression unreadable. "That's not a lizard," she muttered. "That's our intern's project." By noon, the National Biosecurity Task Force had taken over. Black vans, helicopters, and more suits than a government parade. Agent Marcus Hale led the team. A man so serious he could probably intimidate concrete. "So," Marcus said, flipping through reports, "your lizard got struck by lightning and turned into a 30-foot monster." 28, Helena corrected. "And regenerating faster than we can damage it," Liyon added. "Technically, it's an unstoppable sticky tank." Marcus stared at him. "That's not technically comforting." Another crash echoed outside. Liyon peered through the cracked blinds. "There goes the parking lot." Within hours, the city was chaos. A giant blue gecko was on every news drone feed, scaling buildings, smashing cars, glowing like living neon storm. People screamed, cameras rolled, and every headline screamed "Monster at BioFest." Inside the command van, Liyon watched the disaster unfold. "We can't shoot it," Marcus said. "Bullets bounce off, fire enrages it." Helena folded her arms. "If we can drop its body temperature, we might suppress the regenerative process." Liyon thought for a second. "Then we lure it somewhere cold, underground, the old aqueduct tunnels. They're wide, wet, and temperature controlled." Marcus frowned. "You mean the flood system?" "Exactly," Liyon grinned. "Big, dark, and gecko-friendly." That night, under pounding rain, spotlights swept across the city as drones circled the giant creature. They carried bright projectors mimicking a bioluminescent patterns designed to trigger gecko's mating behavior. Ridiculous, brilliant, and risky. The monster followed the light. It slithered across the shattered streets, tail sweeping cars aside, its scales gleaming like wet glass. When the final drone vanished into the tunnel, the gecko followed with a guttural hiss that rattled windows. "Now!" Marcus shouted. The steel gates slammed shut. Pumps roared to life, flooding the tunnels with freezing water. The gecko crashed violently, shaking the ground, and went still as steam rose from its glowing body. By morning, the crisis was over. Titan Gecko, the name the press gave it, was alive but contained. BioFest rebuilt. The government stepped in, cameras came, so did the tourists. The containment dome was beautiful. Clear walls carving around a massive artificial lagoon, the creature resting peacefully inside. Kids pressed their faces to the glass. Scientists scribbled notes. Everyone called it a miracle of evolution. Liyon stood beside Helena, watching. "Poor thing never asked for any of this," he said quietly. Marcus joined them, arms crossed. Neither did the city. Liyon gave a small, guilty grin. "At least it didn't eat anyone," Marcus said. "Yet." Weeks passed. BioFest recovered. The lab rebuilt, but the accident had opened something bigger than chaos. It had cracked open possibility. Regenerative biology on that scale could heal wounds, rebuild limbs, maybe even cheat death. One night, long after everyone had gone, Liyon returned to the habitat alone. The Titan Gecko lay half submerged into moonlit water, glowing faintly blue. He placed a hand against the glass. "Hey buddy, next time, let's keep the experiments smaller, yeah?" The creature blinked slowly, pressing its huge toe to the same spot. For a heartbeat, the world felt quiet again. Then the light under its skin pulsed. Blue veins of electricity rippled through its body. The monitors beyond Liyon began to flicker. Warning lights flashed. Liyon froze. Uh-oh.